What's going on, guys? This is your boy XQ420 here, and in today's video, yes, we're looking at a regression, okay? We're not progressing anymore. In certain places, we're now regressing, as now Los Angeles County has reinstated the mask mandate. Let's jump into it. Alright guys, I want to welcome everybody back to the channel. I hope y'all having a fantastic day. If it's your first time here, do not hesitate. The subscribe button is down there for a reason. Article right here from The Blaze. Los Angeles County brings back indoor mask mandate, even for those who have been cleansed, baptized, reborn again in a J&J, Moderna, or Pfizer jab. Without a shadow of a doubt. There it is, guys. I told you that it's not over. We are still at war. I keep telling people that. Do not get complacent. Do not fall asleep. Do not think for 1 second that they're through. Because they're not. It's back once again. Now, of course, we all know what California was over the past year plus. One of the most locked down places in America. Maybe in the world as well. Alright, and yet they still had a high amount of cases and deaths. Matter of fact, let's take a look at their numbers on Worldometer. Let's do that so we have a good context of what we got going on. Alright, so we got them up right up here on Worldometer, and what do you know, okay? The leader right now, total cases, would be California. If I'm correct, let's click on this now. Total cases, California. Total deaths, California. Now, I don't think deaths per million ain't leading that, okay? We got some other places that were locked down and masked, okay? So, where California at? They're kind of low. They got high amount of people, so their deaths per million is going to be low. All right. Where are they at, deaths per million? They way down here. I have passed them already, haven't I? There they are. So they're 33rd out of 50 in deaths per million. But we're talking about, if we look at total deaths, we look at total cases, they are leading the way. They are leading the charge. And let's see even new cases. Of course, they got Florida up there high. Supposedly, but Florida don't care. They letting it rip and ride. That's what I'm talking about, bud. Because you ain't telling me what a case is, okay? You ain't telling me if somebody's sick. You ain't telling me if employers just make people get tested twice a week, you know, or anything like that. So I don't know the context, okay? But we see they're top 5 in new cases. Now, this is the place, now 63 million deaths, 971. This is the place that was one of the most locked down places in America. Now, they've had the restaurant shut down. Hell, they just opened up right here recently. They opened up to just close down. Grand opening, grand closing the next day. It's like, that's what it feels like. You know, some folk out there feeling some type of way. But we're going to dive back into this particular article right here. So it says, Los Angeles health officials reissued the mandatory mask mandate for the county's 10 million residents for a second time after a worrying spike in the disease that should not be named pandemic. Now, here goes the worrying spike, okay? Here goes the spike they're worried about. Well, actually, hold on a second. Let me move my face up to the top so you can see said spike. All right, so we back, okay? Now look at the spike, all right? That's the spike, guys. That's it. That worrying spike, okay? Real worried. It's like you're not telling me anything. This spike tells me nothing, as we've been saying over the past year. But what exactly is the case? Are they sick? Are they in the hospital? Are they dying? These are all things we want to know. Yet, they won't put out the data for us, okay? They just was, oh, the spike is worrying. And of course, you know why. It's because of the Delta, more than likely. I don't know, they do have the Epsilon out there. I talked about that in my most recent podcast on Inside the Cube, which you can find on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spreaker. I had spoke about the Epsilon, and maybe that's the one out there doing the dirty work, dodging the jabs, maybe, potentially. There is potential there. Now, from what they're telling me, the new mandate was scheduled or is scheduled to begin at 11:59 p.m. Saturday night. Now, hold on a second. Well, folks in emergencies, they're thinking differently about this thing than I think, okay? If you're concerned, if the spike is high, you need to get this thing done. We need to remask up. Then why the hell are you waiting a few days? What's going to be the difference between doing it on Saturday and maybe doing it, right now? I mean, I'm just trying to figure the thing out, but I ain't never understood it. This is the way we're approaching everything now, okay? Now, I don't think they should be throwing that sacred call back on nobody. You're stupid. And somebody's got to give me some true data that shows it stops something. I'm going to show y'all another chart, okay? This is what Ian Miller does up here on his site. Now, look, Los Angeles County, okay? Indoor mask mandate. Now, from what I've understood, Los Angeles County, there is a high percentage of people who wear masks, okay? Real high percentage, all right, of people that were wearing masks, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. So let's just look at it, okay? This is cases, all right? So the indoor mask mandate, April 10th, okay? Well, cases still going up. Outdoor mask mandate, May 8th. Well, May 8th, okay? This is before the CDC said the folk need to be wearing. I mean, July is when everybody went mask crazy. They were doing it beforehand. Cases still going up, okay? They level it off right about there. Right about, I don't know, summertime. Well, it started going down. All right, so we go down, down, down. Folks are still wearing masks at this point in time, and then the spike. Well, I mean, what was the sacred cloth doing? Was it on holiday? I mean, you're supposed to save us. What happened? I mean, my goodness. I mean, this big ass hump. And I think I've got somebody out there in the area, and let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they can attest to this. From what I've seen, there's a whole lot of folks out there who are wearing the mask before, during, and way after the CDC was like, well, if you got the jab, you can take it off. So I'm trying to figure out what the sacred cloth was doing during this time. Why did it fall asleep on the job? Sleep at the wheel, then crashed into a tree. Sacred cloth? You're supposed to be there to protect us. Why have you forsaken me? I mean, that's what we're trying to figure out. You've been forsaken. But I say you can't be forsaken because you're not the only one. All right? It's just that they don't seem to be doing much of seem to do that much of a good job as far as controlling the disease that should not be named. All right? So we see right here, emergency that you're going to implement it 2 days later. It said, we're not where we need to be for the millions at risk of infection here in Los Angeles County. And you know what they're talking about? They're talking about the folks who've not received the jab. Now, I've seen multiple people say that, 99.5 or 99 point whatever percent of the folks who dying with disease that should not be named right now are uncleansed. And I'm like, you need to show me some data, okay? All right? I need to know the data. And you also need to let me know about how you changed up, how you consider what you consider a breakthrough infection, okay? Don't think your boy hasn't forgotten. Oh no, I have not forgotten, okay? I will continue to bring it up. How you moved the cycle threshold back. How you talked about whether they have symptoms or not. And that's how you would determine on whether it's a breakthrough infection, as opposed to you just labeling it liberally as you did over the past year plus. Oh yes, your boy remembers. And I will not let you forget. You see, you got to continue to pressure them. You got to continue to throw it back in their face. We have to be the aggressors, okay? Los Angeles County. If there's anybody out there that's against this, I don't know how many folks out there are against it, okay, in Los Angeles County. From what I've seen, some people told me, man, there's folks still wearing their mask outside. And I'm just like, my God, y'all. What? Are you okay? And no, they're not. They're not okay. They need help, but there's nobody there to help them because you can't see anybody face to face out there, okay? I guess. The psychiatrist's like, nah, it's too much. Zoom called me, okay? I mean, that's all we got for you. So, that's what Dr. Muntu Davis said at a virtual media briefing on Thursday. Man, who cares what he says, all right? And Mr. Davis added that there was evidence of substantial community transmission. What evidence? Man, you got to tell me something, okay? Now, don't forget that these people hid the data from the constituents and from the people out there, the citizens, last year on what was actually going on, okay? Don't forget they hid data, all right? And don't forget a whole lot of folks have hidden data on where the transmission has been mainly occurring, okay? Don't let these people forget any of this stuff, all right? Make sure that you keep allowing them to know that they've been lied to multiple times. So, I mean, and maybe you get somebody to change their mind, okay? Now, we know if they're part of the cult, you won't be able to do that. They're lost forever. I mean, and they can only be brought out of the cult of their own devices, okay? They have to want to leave the cult. But as far as you convincing them, man, I ain't seen any way to do it, okay? I mean, I'm trying to tell you. So, it said the mandate will apply to public spaces indoors and will include those who are cleansed. So I want cleansed people out there. I want you to remember this, okay? I want you to remember this, all right? Now, you took all the risk. You went and you exposed yourself to this experimental jab, not knowing what the long-term effects are going to be. And what do you get as a reward? Put your damn mask back on, okay? And do what we say. Because at the end of the day, you're a peasant and you're beneath us. That's what these people think about you, okay? They will stomp upon you. They will press the boot to your throat. And they will choke you out until you're lifeless. Trust your boy on this. Alright? That's why I said, bud. I mean, these folks think, oh, well, if we do this, maybe we can get our life. No. They don't want you to have your life back. This is about a great reset, okay? This is about building back better. You best pay attention, alright? These people out here, they think that that complacency and compliance will get them out of the situation. Well, you see, most people won't do what they need to do until they're shown there's no other way out. They won't speak up. They won't say anything until they're shown there's no other way out. Until they're cornered, they're back against the wall, and they're like, there's no more flight involved. There's no trapdoor to get out of this place. I got to fight. I got to scrap to get out of here. And that's what I'm talking about, what we have to do. So it said previously the county had recommended to residents that they continue to wear masks at indoor public areas, even if they have been cleansed. But the recommendation will now become a requirement. Oh, yes. All right. It would now be required. And here's the deal, okay? Will the local police, will they uphold this tyranny? And if they do, then maybe they should be defunded. Maybe they should be disbanded. Because they don't do nothing for you anyway. They will allow, and I seen right here recently that they had to close a bunch of targets, if I'm correct, in San Francisco. Let me make sure I'm correct on that information. Okay, yeah, so right here, so Target's actually in the San Francisco area had to slash store hours over shoplifting, okay? And the city far-left DA blames the police. Well, you won't let the police do their job as far as that goes, but you ain't got no problem sending the police to shut down Sister Susie's local pizza joint. And a lot of these police officers are just happy to comply with that message, okay? Because they know when they go to Sister Susie, she ain't a threat to pull out a weapon, okay? For the most part. She ain't a threat to maybe push back against them. So, what good are the police? If they going to be upholding the tyrannical rule of the overlords, which are the so-called health authorities, the health experts. When they become rulers of the land, all of a sudden in the past year, and folks they're just compliant to it. Well, I'm just stupid. and I don't know anything. So I'm just going to let these other people just make the decision for me because that's easy. I don't really have to do anything. I don't have to think. And if anything goes wrong, I can just blame it on them. Man, stop being a pansy. My God, people. That's what I'm trying to figure this thing out, man. All right. Now, they said health officials noted Thursday marks the sixth consecutive day that county has seen 1,000 or more new infections. So what, man? So what? So what? What difference does it make? You still do not offer early treatment or therapeutics, so who cares? I don't care if I'm positive. I could care less. You ain't gonna give me nothing no way, so I got to depend on me, okay? What you gonna give me? Oh, well, you should have got a jab. Well, I don't want your jab, okay? Your jab ain't guaranteed to protect nothing. And I don't know what's gonna happen after I get it, okay? I'm looking at data. So, I mean, they'll talk to me about infection, about a case. Who cares? Don't care about no case in closing on this. And this is the sad sight right here, guys. Y'all see this. Y'all see the mural. Two people and it look like two women. Okay. Kissing mask to mask. This is what it's came to, okay? And I want to know who out there is going to push back on it. LA County. Who out there is going to push back? Because you know what's coming next, don't you? All right? Another lockdown. Look across the world. You know what's on the way next. Oh, don't forget these people. They just started off with just, we'll shut down the first to go around. And it's like, well, we'll reopen slowly. They reopen. Got to close back down. Oh, wear your mask. Oh, still closed down. Still can't be indoors. Got to make sure that if you cut hair, you have to cut it outside. You see what I'm saying? Bud, stop playing their game. Everybody out there needs to be like, no, I'm not playing your game. But how many out there is going to be strong enough to say that? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Some people out there living in LA, let me know the answer. Well, I don't know how many people I got on this channel listen to me in LA. I think I got one or two out there in or near LA County. But do you think they'll be able to come out of this? Or will it remain the cesspool of tyranny as far as mask mandates and lockdowns? That's what I want to know. So let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comment section below. This isn't surprising. That's why I tell y'all you got to be paying attention. Man, I look at everything. Some people are like, oh, I'm fatigued. People tell me, oh, I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued. Don't get tired now. Now ain't the time to be tired. Now is the time to be paying attention more than any other time because they're making it seem like everything's calming down, and they ain't calming down. They're over here. They're trying to make their next move. So we got to be ready. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As I said earlier, if you haven't checked out the podcast, Inside the Queue with your boy HQ420, Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and now on iHeartRadio as well. If you'd like to support the channel further, there are links in the description section below for that you can utilize. As always, it's been your boy HQ420. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.